To all of you, KDF soldiers, you have demonstrated immense adaptability in performance of various operational tasks and those related to national development. Your delivery of KDF mandate has been exemplary across the diverse operational theaters, one within our borders, along the Kenya-Somalia border, in Somalia, and in Eastern DRC. You continue to epitomize professionalism and mission readiness, and I thank you. Without a doubt, you are the arrowhead. My gratitude will be lacking if I do not reflect on the support accorded to me by my dear wife, Tabitha, our children and grandchildren who are here with us. May I request that you stand, please. Asanteni sana. My dear Tabitha has been the bedrock of our family, and I can never thank her enough for doing most of the heavy lifting for our family while I was consumed by exigencies of military work. I also want to thank Tabitha for her courage to initiate and establish programs to improve the welfare of military families. I applaud you and all other pioneers of the Military Wives Association of Kenya for your vision. You have mobilized and implemented a family-centric welfare model for the Kenya Defense Forces, wives and families. Ladies and gentlemen, when I joined the military on 18th May 1979, as a cadet officer at the age of 20, I was elated. I recognized that my luck and favor from the date of my enlistment has lingered on, designing a path that led me to this day. When I exit at the apex of the military leadership, it has been a wonderful journey. It has been a great adventure, and I have led and been led. I have learned and unlearned. I have appreciated the power of observation, speech, silence, diversity of persons and perspectives. Above all, I've enjoyed the rare opportunity of experiencing the conundrum that is military leadership, and in the end, I have found all my experiences meaningful and of consequence. Beyond the celebrations and expression of gratitude, this is also an occasion on reflection. When I became CDF, I was beholden to 7 objectives, which today characterize my tenure. I was persuaded that we needed to advance our training to achieve optimal mission readiness status. We needed to identify and bridge military engineering capabilities. We needed to attain modernization and assistance in equipment repair and refits. We needed to enhance our cyber and information systems capabilities. We needed to revamp military healthcare system. We needed to improve personnel housing. And lastly, we needed to strengthen military industrial innovation capacity. These were my big ideas, informed by the realities of our defense posture, which demands periodic review in order to meet our constitutional mandate and to deliver defense and security to the Kenyan people. In our collective scorecard, my team and I have done our best, and the last 3 years with me as the leader have made an indelible mark in the history of our defense forces. We delivered whenever we were called upon and built high standards of professionalism and discipline, sustaining KDF as one of the most efficient, modern, and patriotic military force in the world. The military today is operating in a dynamic environment regionally and internationally. And KDF remains a key player in contributing to global and regional peace and stability through various assignments with the United Nations, the African Union, and the Eastern African Community. In this regard, our gallant soldiers have registered significant successes in grading the terrorist group Al-Shabaab and continue to restore peace and stability in Somalia under the umbrella of the African Transition Mission in Somalia, as well as capacitating the Somali security forces to enable them to take up responsibility of ensuring stability of their nation as the African mission exits Somalia by December 2024. Our troops are also deployed in the Eastern DRC to stabilize that region under the Eastern Africa Community Regional Force. And I'm glad today the former force commander of the Eastern African Regional Force, Major General Jeff Nyaga, is with us today. Thank you very much for your service. Moreover, in the international spectrum, KDF continues to collaborate and engage with varied international partners, consolidating and strengthening relations in matters of training, exercises, and operations, which continue to contribute to the sharpening of the arrowhead for mission readiness. Ladies and gentlemen, back at home, our troops have been involved in various multi-agency operations and training exercises which have enhanced and ensured a collective and synergized approach in addressing national security challenges. Guided by the Constitution, the success of Operation Amani Boni in Lamu, and Operation Rejesha Utulivu in Laikipia, and Operation Maliza Uhalifu in the North Rift, among others, is a clear demonstration of the value for multi-agency cooperation. As well, KDF's disaster response capability has been at the forefront in the overall crisis preparedness and response in the country. Further, in addressing capability gaps in education and training of personnel, KDF has continued to invest in education and training institutions aimed at developing strategic thinking, operational as well as tactical and technical capacities across all domains. The establishment of the National Defense University, Aviation Center of Excellence, and Counterinsurgency, Terrorism and Stability Operation Training Center, and the Cyber Warfare Training Center will greatly contribute to KDF's ability to respond to varying threat environments. Wider engagements have also seen KDF deploy its skilled manpower and capabilities to assist national institutions as part of KDF's mandate. Successes realized in this area include the turnaround of the Kenya Meat Commission, the construction and establishment of the Kenya Shipyards Limited, revamping of the Kenya Railways, construction of Uhuru Gardens, National Monuments and Museum, and the rehabilitation of Uhuru Park and City Park, among others. On health care matters, KDF continues to revamp its healthcare system to ensure a healthy fighting force, since we believe very strongly that a healthy force contributes to a secure nation. These efforts have happened across the country, from Isiolo to Garissa, from Manda to Mariakani, from Nakuru to Eldoret, and from Nairobi to Mombasa. This Ulinzi Sports Complex, coupled with the nearby Defense Forces Wellness Center, are contributing immensely to the wellness and healing of our troops and our families, thereby complementing our healthcare system. Consistent with my soldier-centric approach to welfare service, we developed a robust soldier-centric welfare framework aligned to meeting emerging challenges facing our officers and service members, which has involved pursuit for the provision of decent housing to all personnel. Further, following enactment of the Veterans Act, the Defense Headquarters, we have now established a Veterans Affairs Directorate to manage the welfare Veterans Affairs, to which I'm now the newest member. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I would like to thank the people of Kenya for showing confidence and trust in the KDF and their continued support in our deployments. In all these engagements that we undertake, we have endeavored to keep the Kenyan people well informed of our activities through KDF's strategic communication, led and manned by a highly competent team of information operators. Time has come for me to spend the rest of my life with my family, enjoying my sunset years. I've cherished my time in the KDF, and as I hang my military boots today, I urge that KDF remains focused on the mandate, guided by the key tenets of being apolitical, subordination to civilian authority, and being professional at all times. From the deepest of my heart, I thank you all who have attended my change of command ceremony and for the courtesy you have shown me by coming, and for the splendid gifts presented to me by the Ministry of Defense, to me and my wife, by the Ministry of Defense and KDF staff, which I will always treasure. To the KDF family, it's a grace to have lived and worked with you all. I urge that you extend the same support to General Francis Ogolla, the CDF, as he leads KDF to greater heights. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. It is now my duty and pleasure to welcome the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, Honorable Ada Ndwale, to make his speech. Honorable CS, please.
Outgoing Chief of Defense Forces, General Robert Kibochi, CDF, General Francis Ogolla, PS Patrick Mariro, Vice CDF, Lieutenant General Joanna Mwangi, respected retired CDFs and general officers, my sister and one of the longest serving Minister for Defense, Honorable Rachel Mamo, the chair and members of the Defense and Intelligence Committee of the National Assembly, service commanders, general officers, senior civilians officers, service members, family members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by welcoming all of you to join me in bidding farewell to an outstanding and distinguished general on this special day. From the onset, outgoing CDF, I would like to say thank you for the years of service to this great nation. You have faithfully dedicated 44 years of your life diligently serving the people of Kenya. A look into your illustrious career shows that Kenya heavily invested in you by providing training opportunities from when you were a young officer through to middle-level training to executive and strategic levels of education. And General, you did not disappoint. You have given back in equal measure. During your tenure, you took the path of providing transformative leadership. This required critical and creative